guys, it's me. It's really, really late, and I don't want to wake anybody up. But I'm going to explain this thing to you. I think I have to talk normal, or else you're not going to be able to hear me. So for tomorrow, here's what I want you to do. Here's the Google Classroom assignment, all right? And you're going to look at the sentence types and avoiding fragments and run-ons. So in my instructions, I told you to watch the Mr. Morton video first before you watched my video. So I'm going to assume that you watched the Mr. Morton video already, and you saw that to be a sentence, there had to be a subject and a predicate in a sentence. You saw that there had to be, something like Mr. Morton, and if Mr. Morton is the subject, what did he do is the predicate. So the subject had to do something. So Mr. Morton rode a bike, or Mr. Morton walked to the store, or Mr. Morton got married. There has to be something that happens to the subject to be a complete thought. And I wanted you to watch that first because the teaching point today is to create complete sentences. We want to talk about creating complete sentences, but also varying your sentence types, using different kinds of sentences, and avoiding fragments and run-ons. Now, this is a lot of stuff to put into one lesson, but I want to just get started because it's all kind of interrelated. So if you look at my examples in the PowerPoint, so here's the PowerPoint that I attached. All right, it starts off here. So for simple sentences, I put the singer bowed, the baby cried, the girl ran. I mean, these are really simple sentences, but there's a subject, the singer, and what did the singer do? Bowed. Subject, the baby. What did the baby do? Cried. Right? It's just simple. There's one subject, one predicate. The subject did something. The girl ran. Okay. Compound sentence. Larry bought a book and he ran straight home. Now, this is a simple sentence. Larry bought a book. Could be a sentence all by itself. And he went straight home. Could be a sentence by itself too. But I combined two simple sentences using a comma here. I can't highlight it. And a conjunction here. Comma and. Right? And that turned it into a compound sentence. Mary understands math, comma, and she has studied it for years. So again, there's two sentences, two complete thoughts, or two independent clauses. I mean, I don't expect you to. This is what confuses everybody every year, and I don't expect you to understand, what everything is called. I'm not really worried about that. I just want to make sure that you understand that this Mary understands math is a complete thought. It's combined with another complete thought. She has studied it for years with a comma and a conjunction. Comma and. All right, now, here's a complex sentence. When I saw what Daphne had done, comma, I was happy. Now this part, when I saw what Daphne had done, that can't be a sentence by itself. It's called a dependent clause because of this word when in front of it. When I saw what Daphne had done, what? What happened? So I had to add this part. I was happy. So it kind of completed the sentence. Also, after I spent an entire day in school, that can't be a sentence by itself because of this word after, because it leaves you thinking, after I spent an entire day at school, what? All right, and then I added, I was tired. So I kind of told you why I was tired, right? Because I spent an entire day of school. I told you why I was happy, because I saw what Daphne had done. So that's how you kind of put together a complex sentence, right? And I'm going to skip all right, compound complex sentences, even though forests have existed for thousands of years, they are in danger and citizens must take action. All right, this is another way of constructing a sentence. You're giving all the information. You're putting the commas in the right spot. But I'm just going to tell you why we're kind of going over the different types of sentences. Simple, one complete thought, compound, more than one complete thought put together with a comma and a conjunction, and complex, when you kind of give the circumstances of why something happened or how something happened or, when something happened or, and then you give, the independent clause afterwards, kind of complete the thought. Okay. So the reason is that when you don't do this, you wind up creating run-on sentences when you don't put the sentences together right. Like, look at this sentence. This is a run-on sentence. Nick was tired. He played basketball all day. So, of course, we forgot to put in any punctuation, so we just jammed these two complete thoughts together without using any punctuation. And it's a run-on sentence. This is what I want you to avoid. All right? Here's how you fix that. Nick was tired because he played basketball all day. See, I changed it around. I used this word because, and then that fixed it up. Right? Also turned it into what we call a complex sentence, which I'm not really concerned that you know that it's called a complex sentence. Just want you to put your sentences together right. Here's another way of fixing it. Nick was tired, period. He played basketball all day. See, I broke it up into two complete sentences. And now the punctuation, I put a capital for he, and I put a period after tired. And it just turned it into two complete sentences. And also two simple sentences. All right. He played basketball all day, comma, so Nick was tired. I took it and I turned it into a compound sentence. Okay? That's how you fix run-ons. So if you understand the difference between the types of sentences, you also understand how to fix your run-on sentences. If you understand the difference between simple, compound, and complex sentences, you will also understand how to not have fragments in your essay or in your sentences. Here's a fragment. Because he played basketball all day. Fragment leaves you with not enough information, right? Because he played basketball all day, what? Then what happened? After playing basketball all day, again, there's something missing. I need to know what happened after he played basketball all day. Although Nick loved playing basketball, what? It's not a complete thought because you had what? What about although Nick loved playing basketball? Or Nick's red basketball shoes. Here you have a subject, Nick's red basketball shoes. Well, what about Nick's red basketball shoes? So, understanding the difference between simple, compound, and complex sentences will also help you to not create fragments and run-ons, and that's what we're trying to avoid. All right. So what I'm going to have you do is I included this little PowerPoint that I just talked about. I have the video of me doing it. I have the video of, how to make a complete thought with a subject and a predicate. Mr. Norton, you can watch that too. I want you to respond to these questions on the Google form that I provided. Now, you'll click on the Google form. I mean, right now it says untitled form. It might wind up changing, but just click on that and fill it out. It's going to ask you to write your name. It's going to ask you what type of sentence do you use the most. I want you to look at your essay draft and tell me, do you use mostly simple sentences or mostly compound sentences or mostly complex sentences? Look at your sentences and try to figure it out. I don't expect you to be experts at it. Then it asks you, do you understand the difference between simple, compound, or complex sentences? I don't expect you to be experts at it. Try to start understanding the difference if you can. All right? We're just beginning to look at it now. Do you understand what I mean when I say fragments or run-ons based on what I just showed you? Answer the question, explain your answer. And what would you like me to clarify? So try to answer all these questions on the Google form. Hold on. Let me go back to me. Answer all the questions on the Google form. Watch the Mr. Morton video. Obviously, you're watching this video. And do your best to answer all the questions the best you can. All right, that is all. I will clarify all this tomorrow. If you have any questions, just put it on the Google form, and I'm going to address all of it. All right. So that is all. I think I'm talking really loud now, so I am probably just woke up some of the kids. So I'm going to get quiet again, and hopefully this is it. All right. Talk to you later.